I started skiing when I was 3 years old. I thought going out there to be in Cache Valley and all the assets that are there, to the mountains and the skiing and the hiking and the biking, and it really meant a big impact on myself. And next thing I knew, I was at Utah State in the field house picking out courses and classes. I think the relationship that I had with my professors made a big point for me in why I felt so comfortable going to school. The artistic implications that Glenn Edwards put into me and John Anderson gave me as far as inspiration was incredible. I've always been an entrepreneur. I mean, funny enough, when I moved to Logan, there were a lot of churches and they all needed paint. So I was able to really build a business around that while I was at school. When I came back from Utah State, basically my parents were in the brokerage business of selling cardboard boxes, folding cartons, and a little bit in the display business. We had the company in our house. My father and I worked from the basement. My mother answered the phone in the kitchen. And looking at selling boxes for 15 and 20 cents a box wasn't very interesting to me after advertising design and what I learned at Utah State. And my father had a display that he had just done for General Foods for Maxwell House Coffee, and I pointed to that display and I said, that's our future.
You know, it's seen it come from a basic cardboard box company to, asking what do we put in the box, and then starting a company where we actually started to package things from CDs to Crayola crayons to making displays to, getting in the food business. And that's really where, in my opinion, Econopack took off. The fact that we still own a family-owned company set careers forth of thousands of people that have depended off our company, and I think it's a great legacy.
His love of the community, his love of his boys and our grandchildren. He has a huge heart, and it's present in everything he does and everything he touches. That's who Paul is. He'll give you the shirt off his back.
To have someone to look up to like him with all of his success and his drive, and as a mom, it makes it easier for me to say, look up to your grandfather, because he is a wonderful, wonderful person.
Being successful in many ways is a gift, and to really be successful at being successful, it's giving to other people. I've tried to welcome students into New York City and the New York area to help them make decisions and make the right decisions, hopefully for them and their life to come.
Paul gave us a lot of opportunities to learn about, different career paths, but he also connected us to a lot of individuals that are really useful, especially with interior architecture and design. Paul had invited us to the Metropolitan Club. He brought a couple of antiques dealers that came in, talked more about how we source materials, furniture pieces, and we got to kind of hear a couple TED Talk style presentations from these different collectors and business people through New York.
And I'm just really grateful for Paul to open doors for students like us.
There's a lot of stories of my dad giving back to the community. I think the biggest ones are probably ones that no one knows about. I think that to me is the more impactful stuff, where he's helping a lot of people and no one realizes it.